Okay guys, so now you see I was working on the front platform pad on the previous time and also a new carriage layout. So I got those back from my local vendor. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the carriage, a new carriage and a platform on a dummy megaformer. I always like to be able to interact with the machine as much as possible because it's all about how you feel the exercise. So even if you move a hole by 1 inch, it will make a difference on the machine. Even moving the handlebars, the height or the closeness of the handlebars, everything affects everything else when you make a fitness equipment. So it's a lot of back and forth with the sketching and the prototyping. So now I have my carriage. So this one I have actually Velcros on the carriage, so the pad kind of fits a little bit, it kind of stays. And then same thing with my front pad, which I love. So now basically I get on the machine and I'll do a couple exercises, and right away, you know, I kind of like how the hands feel, you know, where the hole placements are, and I can move quickly to the front over here. And then I can basically just feel the dimension, how that feels, make sure that nothing is compromised. Once I like a placement, then I make it final. Now, these holes right here are actually really good, and it's a kind of a new departure for me. I'm the only one who actually does holes on carriage and platform, and it's for me one of the key ingredients to having an effective machine. So what I did already is I advanced that concept, and behind you I already made 2 more pads. When people ask me why the machines are so expensive, it's because I have a warehouse full of pads like this. Everything is always studied, and like I said, you know, every little inch matters on the megaformer. So basically what I did is I already made a pad that has a little bit more holes, and I like that, so then I made another one with even more holes. Now this one right here is actually representing for me a new concept in carriage design. This sawtooth design, and I'm gonna have actually another carriage made, and it's all just sawtooth basically. What's great with this is you can make every single adjustment you want. So it's all about finding the right distance between each slot, between each cutout. This one goes in the front. Same thing, I have the Velcro pads. And now what's great with this is, for example, these holes on the carriage. You put the springs, you get on the machine, and you can just feel how basically the pad would respond to the exercise. Now it's not a perfect science, but it just gives me a very good awareness of how it will perform in a class. And I'm loving these pads right here like that. Of course, I can't videotape every single testing that I do because, well, there's a lot of things that is trade secret. Now, pad right here worked out great. I love the new handles. I think that you can even see right over here how you can push your hand. Very easy. I love the width of it. What I found out the last time I tested this one is that the carriage needs to be about 3-4 inches longer. So what I've done is I've taken this and I've applied it to a new type of carriage. It's all about the back and forth process. When you create things, you just never look at the cost. You never can give yourself a fictitious date of completion, because look at all those pads I've done so far. All of these pads right over here have unique holes. Some of them have like a special contouring that I did. Some had colors. I never throw that stuff away, because something that didn't work in the past may have a very important role in the future. You never know. As you remember from the last time, we have a plastic cardboard. So this is basically provides the foundation for the carriage, for the pads. So I basically apply my carriage, and then I use a marker and I just go over the outline. I used to draw everything from scratch, and I realized that this was actually the best way of doing it. You can CAD this stuff all day long, but when you actually do it life size, you can realize that all of a sudden, well, these holes don't actually align, or this hole is actually way too small, or that is never going to work out. And that's, I think, one of the big fundamental difference I've been doing in the last year or so. I used to sketch everything out and do everything through computer, and then you would get a carriage and it would just not do well. It would not perform the way I wanted to. With this, right over here, it's just beautiful. It just works. So if you can see, these were the original outline of the machine. So what I've done is I've stretched out that pad. It's a back and forth process, but now I have my final carriage and I know like these placements will work, and then we can go into production with those ones.